bunch of gamers, one channel, and tons of games. This must be Games.
Have you seen any men wearing black suits?
Hey everyone, it's Tim aka Jumble Junkie, and welcome to Jumble Junkies, and we're at podcast number 5. Wow, 5. I can count that on my hand, because I have 5 fingers.
Yes.
Do you have 5 fingers, Alex, or did you cut yours off in a tragic accident?
I really have nothing to say about that. I have 10 fingers, thank you very much, and I can count all of them real well. So if you only have 5 fingers, then you're probably like, yeah, I have nothing to say about that.
Do you know why the Frenchman couldn't count to 10?
Why?
He was missing a finger. That's the oldest joke in the book.
Har har.
Anyways, what's been going on with you, Alex?
Not much. I just came back home from a buying binge from GameStop. We're recording this on a Friday of the buy two get one free sale, and yeah, I walked out with a whole mix of stuff, like mostly PSP and PS2 games, but I also got like a 360 game too, so that's awesome. And and we wrapped up TPPPG last night, and yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that. My heart's wrenched because of that episode.
Yeah, I'll be hitting up the GameStop tomorrow. I'm just curious, like when you go to those buy two get one free deals, like do you spend like an hour in there just looking because you're like, oh, what can I get? And I always try to like figure out the best deals, like what games can I get and get the third one for free, and still like get a more expensive game free.
Oh, dude, I was there like for 45 minutes, dude. I was like doing my rounds, man. I was like, okay, DS section check, PS2 section check, PS3 section. I really don't need anything for PS3 section, so So yeah, I mean, I basically like finally bought like God of War Chains of Olympus because I need to play that game.
Yeah,
it's
I need
no
that
excuse.
too myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to make myself a list because every time I go to like sales like these, I always tend to like forget what I want to buy. Like I buy a lot of CDs and I buy a lot of DVDs, and especially like I use this website called rateyourmusic.com where I have like every album I own on the thing, and I have like a big wish list, and I don't have a printer. So normally I would print that shit off and just take it with me and just go through my wish list and grab the things I need. But that's one thing I really need to do about video games, especially like GameStop. They never carry like half the things I friggin' want. So
yeah.
So maybe I'll do that for tomorrow so I can get some deals, and hopefully they have Persona 4. But they probably won't.
I was talking to the manager at the local GameStop here. Her name's Alex also. She was like saying like, yeah, we're sold out of Persona 4s. I don't think we're actually even going to get any. So I'm like, I think Amazon's like your next best bet, dude, because I don't think they're going to refill.
I keep looking on Amazon. I've looked on half.com. And even on eBay, like even used copies are going for $30, $35. I'm like, well, I'll just buy it new for $35 on Amazon. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. I just hate to spend a lot of money because we all know that I'm trying to get Jumble Junkies Castle here soon. I'm going to have my own place, and it'll be awesome.
Can I move in once you get that castle?
No, because I want to have sex a lot, and I don't want you there next door going, Tim, quiet.
Aw, I wanted to play with that Soul Calibur 2 machine all night.
You can play with the Soul Calibur 2 machine someday, but the monitor's dying on it, so I don't know. With that said, though, I think it's time to kick into our first fun, goofy, silly news story. And the first one I pulled out was Sexy Poker denied classification in Australia. Sexy Poker, an upcoming WiiWare title from GamesLoft, has been denied classification by Australia's OFLC reports GameStop. So pretty much, long story short, there's like a card game where if you do good, the girl strips and shows her titties, and maybe she'll show her cock because it's probably like a trickery game with like trannies in it or something.
Yeah. I am looking at the photo of the girl right now, and she has like a freaking forehead that you can probably land a plane on. I mean, what the hell? Like, that's like the biggest freaking forehead I've ever seen, like in a freaking strip poker video game. And I've played my fair share back in the, CGA days with, 5 colors and stuff like that. And that's pretty big.
Well, you can think of it this way: it's a bigger like target to aim. Haven't we seen these games before? Like they have like those adult games on Sega Saturn where like if you like the Japanese ones where you do good and it uncovers different like hentai cartoon porn kind of the same idea it looks like, but it almost looks with real people.
Yeah, I've seen those, and it's just kind of weird, like how it's like, okay, so poker is like the sexiest thing that you can. I mean, I don't know. Like, to me, like the Leisure Suit Larry games were kind of close in that respect when trying to kind of replicate that kind of like pimp experience, I guess, if you will. If you want to try to get laid with somebody, you don't play poker with them. You know what I mean? It's like the last thing you would think of.
And like what you were saying earlier, the chick in this picture here is like, I would say maybe hustler, maybe penthouse worthy. Like, it's definitely not Playboy material. Like,
no.
Like she's definitely got her flaws. I mean, she's still good looking, but she definitely has her flaws. It really looks sleazy. And with like Leisure Suit Larry and games like that, obviously they're like goofy, so maybe that's why they get away with it. But yeah, this just looks really trashy. But of all places, Australia like is the one that's having a big hissy fit about it, but they're like the country that's hosted Survivor like 18 times, which is like the stupidest, trashiest show in the world.
Yeah, it's definitely really, really strange. It's like, like it's kind of funny because Yahtzee, from like Zero Punctuation, he lives in Australia, and I can't imagine like how many times he's complained about OFLC like on his his own show, and I just laugh because it's like he's supposed to be this guy that's supposed to like complain about all these things, and he can probably like make a ton of videos that just complain just about OFLC, and people will still find him funny. It's like, it's just, I don't know. Australia needs to not pretend like they're a country and actually become one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It also says here that Australia lacks a lot of like 18 plus rated games, so pretty much every game I own would be banned from Australia. I tend to own a lot of violent games, and like, I don't know, it seems like all these other countries like freak out over violent video games before the US does, because we're the most fucked up country. I mean, I guess we're the most organized, but we're also pretty screwed up. So anything else to say about sexy poker, Alex?
Nothing really, except that it doesn't look like it's sexy at all.
Well, all I have to say is, people, if you want to play a sexy poker game with a chick with a 5-mile forehead, thumbs up between me and Alex.
Yes.
This next news story, it really made me chuckle. The second I saw it, I'm like, I absolutely have to talk about this. And Wii Fu Channel hits Japan. So pretty much what you can do is order food from your Nintendo Wii. Haven't we seen this before with like EverQuest? And actually, WoW didn't do it. WoW made fun of EverQuest that did it. But yeah, you could order Pizza Hut right from playing EverQuest. Like, I don't have to leave my computer. I can continue to grind or raid some dungeons and then get my Pizza Hut and talk to my fake pretend girlfriend that's probably a 40-year-old man that's jerking his meat.
Oh dear Lord. Yeah. Well, my whole thought of this is that it's Nintendo's way of keeping you glued onto your Wii, because they feel, because as a lot of marketing companies feel this way too, and a lot of marketing like people, the more they get you glued on a specific thing, the more you'll probably be likely to use something. You know what I mean? So Nintendo probably figures the more you use your Wii for convenient stuff, the more you'll be inclined to kind of keep sticking with it. So that's why they gave you the web browser and stuff like that. A lot more reasons to stay there. Now, for the food channel, I really have no opinions on this because my whole thing is like, well, if I wanted to order Pizza Hut or something like that, I go to my freaking computer, which is incidentally a laptop, pop in pizzahut.com and basically order pizza there. I'm not gonna be like wagging my Wii remote to freaking order like, you know, like, I don't know, like a Meat Lover's pizza or some shit like that. It's like it's ridiculous, you know? It's like,
You
what?
love Meat Lover's Pizza, don't you,
Oh.
Alex?
Oh, I love the meat.
Well, I'm kind of jealous. I'll be honest, I'm jealous because here where I live in Maine, I do live in like the sticks, and where you live, you're more, city. So you have like the capability of ordering pizza and having it delivered. I have no delivery service whatsoever of any kind of food at my house. Like when I was